Welcome to statistics chapter. Here we have exercise 14.2, fourth problem. The following distribution use the state-wise teacher-student ratio in higher secondary schools of India. Find the mode and mean of this data. Interpret the two measures. Number of students, number of states. Teacher and student ratios are in this way: 15 to 20 students per teacher in 3 states, 20 to 25 students per teacher in 8 states, 25 to 30 students per teacher in 9 states, 30 to 35 in 10 states, 35 to 40 students in 3 states, 40 to 45 students in 0 states, 45 to 50 states in 0 states, 50 to 55 students in 2 states. So the ratios and number of states are given here. Based on this data, we have to find the mode and mean of this data. So to find the mean and mode of this data, here we have the solution. So the data what is given, that is written in column form. Number of students, here number of students we have taken as class intervals, 15 to 20 class interval, and number of states we have taken as frequencies, 15 to 20 class intervals in 3 states, 20 to 25 class intervals, frequency is 8, 25 to 30 class intervals, frequency is 9, 30 to 35 class intervals, frequency is 10, 35 to 40 class interval, frequency is 3, 40 to 45 class interval is 0, 45 to 50 class interval is 0, 50 to 55 class interval is 2. So like that, here we have the class intervals and frequencies. So first we are going to find the mean of the data, then after we check the mode of the data. To find the mean of the data, here if you observe the data is little bit large, not too much large. Even though little bit too, that is large. That's why we are reducing the data into deviation form and step deviation form to reduce the size of the data. So here the class mark is required to find the step deviation and deviation process. So that here we are taking the class intervals and finding the class intervals average, which is equals to 15 plus 20 by 2, that is 35 by 2, which is equals to 17.5. 17.5. The next one, the next class interval is here, 20 to 25 by 2, which is equals to 45 by 2, that is equals to 22.5. This is the second class midpoint. The next one, third class midpoint, 25 plus, sorry, 25 plus 30 by 2, 55 by 2, which is equals to 27.5. The next class, 30 plus 35 by 2 is equals to 65 by 2 is equals to 3 is 6, 2 is 4, 2 5 is 10. 32.5 is the next class marker, midpoint. Then (35 plus 40 by 2 75 by 2, 2 3 is 2 7 is 0.5. So these are the class midpoints of these intervals. 15 to 20 interval midpoint is 17.5. Then 20 to 25 midpoint is 22.5. 25 to 30 midpoint is 27.5. Then 30 to 35 midpoint is 32.5. And 35 to 40 midpoint is 37.5. So after finding the midpoint, 35 to 40, then 40 to 45 midpoint, (95 by 2), fours are 8, 2 sevens are 14, 0.25 are 10. 47.2, I'm sorry, here 40 plus 45 is equals to 8. It is not similar. One second, hold on. Then 40 plus 45 is equals to 85 by 2, not 95 by 2, 85 by 2, which is equals to 47.8, 42 point, not 47 point. Why? Because here 2 fours are 8, then 2 twos are 4.5. Then 42, 45 class midpoint is 42.5. Then 45 to take the average of lower boundary and upper boundary. Take the average of lower boundary and upper boundary, which is equal to here 95 by 2, that is equals to 4s are 2 7s are 14 point, 2 5s are 10. So 47.5 is the midpoint of 45 and 50. Then the next class midpoint 50 plus 55 by 2, which is equals to 105 by 2, that is equals to 2 5 is 10, 2 2 is 4.5. So 52.5 is the midpoint of for 50 to 55. So these are the class midpoints as well as the class marks. By using these class marks, we find the further deviations and step deviations. So next one, deviation. So to find the deviation here, why we are going for deviation? Here the data, if we observe here as class marks, the class marks to here little larger. So as the data is in large size, we need to reduce the data. That is why we are reducing the data by deviation. To go for deviation, here we have assumed mean. We have to choose the assumed mean. So the maximum frequency among all the frequencies is 10. The corresponding class mark to the 10 is 32.5. So that is why the assumed mean here is we are choosing as 32.5. So by using the assumed mean, we are going to find the deviation. So to that, check the process. D is equals to D is equals to xi minus xi minus assumed mean. So xi is here 17 point, sorry, xi is here 17.5. From 17.5, we subtract the assumed mean 32.5. So by that, what we are getting here, that is called the deviation, which means from the class mark, if we subtract the assumed mean, from the class mark, if we subtract the assumed mean, the class mark is here 17.5 and assumed mean here 32.5. If we subtract, then we call that one as the deviation. Yeah, 17.5 minus 32, which is equals to 12 minus 7 is 5, and here 3 2 1. So 15, biggest value symbol is minus 15.0. So we are not taking the 0. So minus 15 is the deviation for the first class. Then the second class deviation is here from 22.5. From 22.5, if we subtract the assumed mean, that is 32.5, then we will get there. From 32, we are subtracting the 22 as we have One is plus, one is minus. Then we are going for subtraction. Then we got the answer 10. The highest value symbol is minus 10. Then next class deviation, that is 27.5 minus 27.5 minus 32.5 is equals to. So from 27.5 we subtract the 32.5. There we are getting the minus 5 as the deviation. Then the next class, from 32.5, if we subtract the 37.5, there we are getting the 32.5 is completed. 32.5, once again wait, 10, 15, 10 minus 5, we are 15, and once again, minus 7 is 5, okay, 32 minus 35. Yeah, 5. So minus 5. Oh, sorry. My mind is in somewhere. So, I'm sorry. So from 32.5, we subtract the 32.5. There we are getting the deviation 0. Then from 37.5, the next class mark is 37.5. From that, if we subtract the assumed mean, that is 32.5. So by that we are getting the 37 minus 32 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. So 5 as the deviation. Then 42.5. 42.5 minus 32.5, which is equals to 10, is the deviation of 42 and 32. So these are the deviations. Here we don't have enough place to go further. I am writing, no problem. So next class deviation 47.5 minus 32.5, which is equals to, so 47 minus 32 is equals to 15 is the deviation of the class. Then 52.5 minus 32.5 is equals to 20 is the deviation of the next class. So like that we got the deviations of different classes. So what are the deviations? Please observe here. So the deviation of the first class is minus 15. The deviation of the second class is minus 10. The deviation of the next class is minus 5. The deviation of the next class is 0. The deviation of the next class is 5. The deviation of the next class is 10. And the deviation of the next class, that is 47.5 class mark deviation is 15. And the
The last class, that is 52.5, class mark deviation is here 20. Like that, here we have found the deviation of all the classes. So after finding the deviations too, here we are observing the data little larger. So that is why we are reducing the data little more. To reduce the data little more, here as usual we are using the step deviation method. That is ui is equals to di by h. So this is the formula to find the step deviation, which means from the d, if you subtract, if you divide the deviation by height h, if you subtract, if you divide the deviation by class height, there we are getting the step deviation. The deviation is here minus 15 and the height of the class is 5. So 5 3s are 15, minus 3 is the step deviation for first class. Then next class minus 10 by 5, which is equals to minus 2 is the step deviation for next class. Minus 5 by 5, which is equals to minus 1 is the step deviation for the next class. 0 by 5, which is equals to 0. 5 by 5, which is equals to 1. 10 by 5, it is equals to 2. 15 by 5, which is equals to 3. 20 by 5, which is equals to 4. So these are the step deviations. By dividing the deviations by using the height of the class, we are getting the step deviation. So after getting the step deviation, we have to find the Fi and Ui value. Why? Because the solution here requires the Fi Ui value. Fi Ui indicates frequency, the product of frequency and step deviation. So if we observe the step deviation values, here the values are very small in size. By using these step deviation values and frequency values, we find the product of Fi Ui. So multiplying 3 into minus 3 is equals to minus 9, 8 into minus 2 is equals to minus 16, 9 into minus 1 is equals to minus 9, 10 into 0 is equals to 0, 3 into 1 is equals to 3, 0 into 2 is equals to 0, 0 into 3 is equals to 0, 2 into 4 is equals to 8. These are the Fi Ui values. After finding the Fi Ui values, here as the solution required Ui sum, we are adding all the values. So that formula is sigma Fi Ui. If we add all these things, there we are getting the sum as minus 23. The next, so the frequency sum to required here. That's why sum of the frequency sigma Fi Ui is equals to 35. So sigma Fi Ui value we got, sigma Fi value we got, and 32.5 is the assumed mean. In that way we understood, and the height of the class to the width between the lower boundary and upper boundary h is equals to 5. We have found all the values. After finding all the values, if we substitute all the values in the formula, then there we are getting the solution for the mean. Mean data, mean of the deviations. Mean is equals to, we are going for mean formula. Mean is equals to A plus assumed mean plus sigma fi ui I sigma fi to right a plus assume remain plus, that is 32 point 5 plus sigma fi ui, which is equals to minus 23 by sigma fi is equals to 35 into class height is 5. 5 ones are 5, 7 are. So if we go for cancellation, there we are getting the cancellation I have already time waste here. Minus 3.288 is the cancellation. So 32.5 plus not minus here 3.28 3.28. So finally there we are getting, so borrow here, so 4 minus 2 is 2 point, so 32 plus 2, 32 minus 2, I'm sorry, so 32 minus 2 is 29. So finally we can close the mean value at 29.2. So that is the mean of the student teacher ratio or teacher student ratio in states, given states. So next one, finding the mode. Before that, finding the mode, here once we recall this one, sigma fi by sigma fi, sigma fi ui by sigma fi into height geometry mean plus, that is 32.5 plus minus 23 by 35 into 5. If you go for cancellations and simplification, there we are getting the mean as 29.2. So that's it about the mean of the data. Then we are going for mode of the data. To find the mode value, so here some of the values are required here. Observe this. So from the given frequencies, the highest frequency is 10. The maximum frequency among all these frequencies is 10. Being the 10 as the maximum frequency, the corresponding class of the maximum frequency is the modal class. From the modal class, 30, the lower boundary 30 is required for our mode solution. That's why L value we are taking as the 30. Then preceding to the modal class frequency is 9, that is F1. Succeeding to the modal class frequency is 3, that is F2. Preceding frequencies, succeeding frequencies 9 and 3, 0 and F2. So like that here we have found the values, we have understood the values and the height of the class as usual. From the upper boundary, if we subtract the lower boundary, there we are getting the height of the class. After finding the height, how to find the mode, we will see as solution. So mode of the class, mode formula is equals to mode is equals to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into so L, value of the L is 30, I think so. Value of the L is 30 plus 30 plus the F1 value is 10 minus F1 minus F0 value is 9 by 2 into F1 value 10 minus F0 value 9 minus F2 value is 3. So, the class is 30 plus lower boundary plus, if we go for simplification, 10 minus 9 is 1, so 20 minus 12 is 8 into 5. So if you go for cancellation, here we are getting the 0.625. One second. Sorry. 30 plus 1 by 8 into 5 is equals to 0.6 2 5. So finally here we are getting 30.6. If you want to close that one to 1 decimal place, that is the mode of the student teacher ratio in states. In all the states are in the given state. So like that here we have found the mean of the given data and the mode of the given data. So the mean of the given data we observed as 29.2 and mode of the given data we observed as 30.62. In that way we have found the mean and mode of the given student teacher ratio where in the schools, different schools of India. That's it. This is the solution part to the fourth question. The further questions 5, 6, 7 I hope. Once again let me check. So here fifth question and sixth and seventh question too we have it seems. So those questions too similar questions. Finding the mode, finding the mean mode, So like that, similar questions here we have. So those questions solution part, you people please try. If you find any difficulty regarding those fifth and sixth questions solutions, then put in the comment box. Then I can give the clarification in a detailed manner or in a clear manner. If there is any doubt regarding the mode and mode formula and in the frequencies, F0 value, F1 value, F2 value, please let me know. By that, I can give the clarity. And next, these from this exercise, most probably one question may come for the uh, 6 marks in a PS SSC board examination, 4 marks. Most probably 6 marks questions. They cover this especially exercise for 6 marks question. That's why be thorough regarding be thorough in this exercise. And next, I have observed the last question papers too. Previous question papers I have observed. They asked the formula of the median, mode, mean, in mean three methods, and median solutions and their definitions. So he has asked. So please be thorough over these things. Definitely, 2-3 questions will be covered in different sections. That's why please be thorough regarding the chapter. So that's it. This is the information as well as the solution for the fourth problem and the exercise. If you have any doubt, comment me in the comment box. And if you like this video, click the like button and share the this video as well as the previous videos to your friends, family members and relatives, those who needs this problem, and subscribe my channel. The subscriptions are really boosting to me, where I can get more encouragement to give you the further videos regarding from the different chapters. That's it. Thank you very much.